Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, Psalms 146? I just I had to go make myself some tea. I just come from outside working and I wanted to get me some green tea. So that's why I'm a little late. How you doing today, Psalms? I know it's cold up there. I know it's cold up there. Miss Laura, how you doing? How you doing? Waiting for some folks to come in. I hope y'all had a good day. And those that were cold, I hope you were warm. And those that were warm and excess hot, I hope you had a little bit of cool breeze in there. Tammy, how you doing? Good to see you. I got some paper towels in here somewhere. I was outside working and I most definitely forgot to turn my camera on. But I'm be serious, I wasn't thinking about my camera. I was outside trying to pull up the wooden post I had in the goats corral. I'm pulling that stuff up trying to make a corral for my fruit forest because it looked like just it don't look like nothing. Don't look like nothing it's supposed to be. After that storm came, like I said before, I didn't have any problem in my fruit forest or anything. But when that storm came, and after the storm, the deer start coming in. They start eating up everything. Odoms, welcome in, bro. Welcome in. I'm just getting in too for messing around out there in the yard. Let me get one more people and I'll start. That's one of the things I hate right here when you write notes, but you never go by it. And I'm most definitely one of them that write notes, and that'd be the last thing I go by. There's 10 people in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Those that are in the bushes, in the woods, in the field, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, welcome in. I don't know how long I'll be up here, but just a few things, something to think about. And this is what? Scam season. This is the time where folks start running scams on you, and sometimes you believe it's too good to be true. And I call the cable people for my TV and stuff. I told them that my TV wasn't on and everything after the storm. Like I said, we very seldom turn the TV on. This TV comes on basically when my grandkids are here. And when I was cleaning up from the storm and everything, I saw there was 2 lines down, but I ain't paid no mind. My grandkids, they got lights back on in their house and everything. They left, so I really didn't pay no mind. And I came in. I think my brother he called me and said, look at something. So I tried to turn the TV on. The TV wouldn't come on, nothing. I called the people we got the internet with and told them that I got a problem and my TV's not coming on. This is not coming on and all that. And then I remembered, I said, there's the wires to the dish are laying on the ground. I said, when we had the storm, all the stuff got knocked down. And I was talking to a lady on the phone and she said what she needed to say. I said what I need to say. And then she said, I'm going to send you a link. I need you to hit this link and we'll work on the TV together. I said, ma'am, I don't do stuff like that because I'm kind of leery about you sending me a link and me clicking on it and everything. And the thing that got me so worried about links, well, these little pieces that they drop that says say yes or click yes. That's the only instruction they have. You type in yes or you click yes. I done seen too many people get scammed, and I told lady I don't like doing stuff like that. And we were talking, and then finally I hit a button and my TV came on, and she said, "Oh, I can hear the TV." I said, "Yeah, the TV is on now." And I'm sitting here thinking, how is the TV on, and the cables is on the ground? I don't know. I don't know how it came on, but the TV came on. And she said, I hear the TV and everything. Hit this link and we're going to check this out together. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I said, hold on just a minute. My son from Texas, he called me at the same time. And he said, Dad, I'm getting ready to go overseas. We're getting ready to ship out. I said, okay. Told him all blessings and all that stuff. And I hung up on the lady with about the cable. She didn't call me right back. She called me the next day. And me, if somebody called me and I don't know the number or nothing, hello, I act a fool. I act a fool on the phone. And then if it's somebody I know, then I come out and I say who I am. But other than that, I do not like doing stuff like that on the phone. And she called me the next day too. I said, now they should be able to tell that my TV is on because she was on the line when the TV was on. I said it was on and everything. And I got another phone call. I said, nope. I said, now these folks are getting real smart. And even though you think you're talking to the people that you're supposed to be talking to, you're not. My wife called Best Buy and they were saying everything they were supposed to say. But then when they said, we're going to drop this link, I was sitting over away. I said, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And my wife, she hung up on them. Because I come to realization that when they tell you they're going to drop a link, don't do it. Don't do it. If you click on a link that somebody dropped, you better be extra sure. You better know exactly who you hooking up with. Because I done seen some folks, or I talked to some folks where they thought they were talking to the people that they intended to. Scammers are smart now. They're not dumb from back in the 70s, 80s. Now these folks are smart. They got a Best Buy hookup, cable. It doesn't matter. Somehow they know how to get in the system so that they can manipulate it. You have to be 100% sure. When I call somebody about it, they said, well, what's your address? I said, I'll tell you my address. You tell me the last two numbers. Oh, you can give me one of the numbers in the address, and I'll give you the whole address. And if they don't want to give me that one number, we can't talk. You gotta be as smart as these folks. I get a whole bunch of emails Tom, was it SEO or S whatever it is, SEO? You got an outstanding site, but I can do this for you, and you can get more people. This, another, and you can grow on YouTube. This and delete. If you turn around and you see 5 people, two, three and a half gonna be scamming somehow. Lisa Stocks, welcome in. How you doing? Be prepared, people. There's a whole bunch of scams out there right now. I went to the gas station and I was filling my truck up. And now I'm gonna tell you, when y'all fill your truck up, don't squeeze that handle all the way up. Don't squeeze the handle. Go to that first notch. If it take you 10 minutes to fill your tank up, take that 10 minutes because you're filling your tank up with a lot of air, and you're not getting. If you wanted your $30 worth of gas and you let that pump just run real fast, you are not getting your $30 worth of gas. You're getting a lot of air in that tank too. And you think you're going to full up or whatever. You're not. Hit that first notch and take your time and let the gas go up in there. Yeah, Lisa Stockwell, people constantly emailing me and calling me. Yes, I understand. I get the same thing too. The people that, well, my family, whatever, they know what time to call me or whatever. And I might get a call from New York. I look at it. Hold up. The number's strange, but it's not nobody I know. It's not nobody I know. And I just start my whole, I got a whole stash. I do all this. I do anything. I said they got me one time back in 2019. I think it was 19 or 18. This fella called me and told me, my wife, she handles the cell phone bill and everything. She take care of all that because she gonna have that iPhone 16 and I'm still on 14. But the thing that she handles the cell phone, the people called my phone and they were telling me, "Oh, we're gonna cut this off. We're gonna do that because you're behind in the bill, this, that, and the other." And because my wife know how I am, she ain't gonna get behind no bill. I don't do much complaining, but if she's behind in the bill, I'm gonna complain. So I told her, I said, "Well, you call my wife. She handles all this." And I was outside working and I wasn't paying no attention to what was going on because I was trying to get something done. And I was talking to him and he said, "What's your wife's number?" And I said, "Well," I said, "Call her number." I gave him the number to call my wife. And while I was outside working and stuff, doing what I'm doing, and something just hit me. Now, if that's Verizon, why did I have to give him my wife's number? So I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing, but I had to stop. I came in the house. My wife, she was talking to him and everything. And I stopped and I just listened to the whole conversation and everything. I told my wife, "Give me the phone." My wife, she gave me the phone. I start saying some things that I usually don't say. And I say it to hopefully make him upset or whatever. And after he hung up and everything, I told my wife, I said, "Call Verizon." She called Verizon and everything, and she talked to the people about the bill. No, you're on time. This, that, and the other. I told my wife, I'm glad it hit me at the last minute and I got up in here. Because the old boy, I think he was saying that we were like $200 something behind in the payment. And I said, hold it. I said, the payment only runs around 115, 125. And he's saying we're like $200 behind. I said, man. And when my wife called Verizon and everything, our phone bill was right, wasn't nothing behind, nothing. I almost got caught, but I didn't, by the grace of God. And another incident. My wife, she was doing something with Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy. And she called the service number because she had a problem with her computer, this, that, and the other. And she called the number, and they were giving her support and everything. And then they said, well, we're gonna send you this number. I mean, we're gonna send you this email, and we need you to click on it so that we can help you with your computer, whatever. And my wife, she wasn't thinking either at the time. So she clicked on it. And it had to do with Cash App. It had to do with Cash App. So I think they hit my wife for $80. And I told my wife, I said, hold on that. You didn't have to pay nothing because I have the what's the name for Best Buy, and your computer, if you told them the computer, they got my name, they got this and that. I said, you shouldn't have to pay nothing. They got it for $80. And I told my wife, I said, lock your card. She puts money from our account on her card and everything. I said, let me have your other credit card. I took that, I tore it up, went to the bank, told them we need a new card. But while she was trying to deal with Cash App, and Cash App was saying, you approved it. You approved it. And my wife said, it was a scam. It was a scam. The people scammed me. And they said, yeah, we see you paid $80. No, it was a scam. I did not approve to be scammed. And they didn't want to give my wife her money back or anything. But I think she kept calling and calling. And you don't talk to a person right off. You talk to a machine and stuff. And you might look up and talk to a person. And that's what it is with my wife. She talked to a person. And finally, it seemed like they put the money back. And I told my wife, I said, still keep your card locked. Keep your card locked. And I said, go ahead and get a new card, new number, and everything on your Cash App card, because whoever did this, they got that card number and all that stuff. Be careful. And then I told my wife, I was watching the Beekeeper, and I told my wife, I said, you need to watch the Beekeeper. My wife, she don't like watching that stuff. Let me see. Yes, this SEO email every time upon video. I'm like, why can't these people just leave me alone? I block one and then another one. That's true, Psalms. That is true. It seemed like they got a whole crew too. Today one gonna do it. Tomorrow another one gonna do it. Everybody got the SEO. Everybody can help you better than the next person. Homestead Rachel, welcome in. How you doing? A few years ago, they got one of my grandmas too for $2,000. They called and said that my aunt daughter was in jail. Yeah, I remember a lot of that too. They call your house and they tell you a family member's in jail or a family member broke down somewhere. You need to Cash App this money. You need they can only do it by credit card or whatever. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Like I said, I spoke to some people and they had that situation come up. There was an old lady also that they got, and they got money from her because it was a family member. They said they was a family member and they needed money and all that. They was in a car accident and they need some money to pay some bills and stuff like that. Scam. Happy back, welcome in. And now with AI, they can even recreate your real voice. That is true. Another thing concerning that, even whoever you're talking to, whatever, and they ask you, is this right? I never say yes anymore. I don't say yes. I say, that'll do. Okay, that sounds right. I don't say yes anymore because these folks are slick. You say yes, they got your yes, and they're gonna keep using your yes whenever they want to. It's your voice, and you said yes, and you agreed to it. They're gonna get you. Natasha Kemp, how you doing? Welcome in, and all those that are in the chat, welcome in. And if some of y'all watching and y'all scammers, I hope the Lord take care of you. I hope He take care of you and take care of you good. But for those that I'm not being male chauvinist or nothing, but the ladies, I'd advise you to watch The Beekeeper. At least watch the first 10 to 15 minutes, and it will give you a good idea how the scammers work. Watch The Beekeeper, the first 10 to 15 minutes. It has Felicia Richard in it, and in the movie, she kills herself because she got scammed for millions of dollars, and it wasn't her money. It was another organization that she was over. She got scammed, and she took herself out because of that reason. But ladies and gentlemen, you need to watch The Beekeeper. I know it's an exciting movie. I'm waiting for Beekeeper 2 to come out, but y'all need to watch Beekeeper because that first 10 to 15 minutes, it'll seem like, wow. It'll seem like something just popped in your mind. DCB, welcome in, my bro. How you doing? But that's it right there. We got to watch out, and like because it's what Halloween's next, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, the holiday season, and this is the scamming season. They scam all year long, but this is the time where everybody trying to get everything done. Everybody trying to get some sales. Everybody trying to get everything their way, and somebody gonna scam you enough to let you think you got it your way. Doing good. How about you? Doing good, DCB. I thought The Beekeeper was someone's channel. No, The Beekeeper's a movie with was it John Staten, whatever. That movie right there, it opens up your mind due to the scam game. Great to see you. Hope you have a good day. Everybody saying hello to one another. I'm going to drop the link. If you want to tell your story about situations like this or something that may have happened to you, now's the time. And another thing, like I said, when I went to go get gas, and I like using my tap because I see where the people take and they put the fake cartridge inside the money machine or whatever, and they get all your information. So I like using the tap. And even with the tap, you got to be extremely careful. The tap, when you done pay for your stuff, it's still open and it's waiting for you to make another it actually do you want to make another transaction. And realistically, a lot of people, once they done pay for it, they take and they walk away. They don't do anything. They got their receipt and they walk away. I was getting gas and I tapped and got my gas and everything. And I was getting ready. I opened up the door, get ready to get back in the car. And I was, whoa. And the reason I thought about it, because there was a guy on the other side of the tank, and he wasn't getting gas yet. So what I did was I stepped back over to the machine and I started hitting cancel, delete. I started hitting that button several times till the whole screen came up 000. I said, you ain't gonna get a tank of gas on me. I've never seen a schemer, but they're in the local news quite a bit. Yes, it is. Yes, they are. Get your RIDF block. sleeve or a wallet for your cards. That's true. If you can get that wallet that blocks everything, that'd be a good thing. That's one of the reasons I stopped. I think I stopped about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't carry my wallet in my back pocket anymore. I always carry my wallet in my front pocket. Never, it'll be in my shirt pocket or it'll be in my front pocket. I don't carry no wallets in my back pocket anymore. Uh, I I watched a lot of movies, how people scheme and steal. Uh, I wasn't a good. I wasn't a good. I was good, but I wasn't a good kid when I was young. I learned how to break in, how to open locks and stuff. For those that get a little age on them, it's called "It Takes a Thief" with Robert Wagner. I used to watch that when I was a little kid, and he would break in things and steal, and that's how I learned how to pick a lock. Uh, that's also the first time I seen $1,000 bill. I went to my grandmother. I was at my grandmother's house, and everybody in the house know that this blue Samson is her piggy bank. Nobody was home but me. I went up in there. I had a hairpin. I had two of them, and I went in there and I started doing what I saw in "It Takes a Thief," and it snap, open up, full of money. That's the first time I ever saw $1,000 bill. I didn't get $1,000 bill. I got $100 bill. So I went to the store. My family is well known up there in New York, and I was a young fella. I went to the meat market, which was also supermarket, and I bought a cake, and I bought some bologna and all this stuff. Back then, you can get 50 cent worth of bologna. That might be 12 or 13 slices, and it only cost you 50 cents. And the people, they gave me my change and everything. I can count money. I was good at counting money. They gave me all my change. I went to school, and I took the cake to my brother because he was upset because they had a party in class, but he didn't have nothing to bring. He said he'll bring a cake. He didn't tell my grandmother. He didn't tell nobody that he needed a cake. So I had the $100. I went and bought a cake, took it to school, gave it to him. He was happy and everything. I ain't asked no questions. And the bologna and stuff that I had, I took that, made my own lunch. Got back home from school. My grandma, she said, "Where the money at?" I said, "What money?" She said, "Where the money at?" The guy at the meat market called my grandmother and said, "Your grandson came in here with $100 bill." I got my behind toe up. She got the rest of the money back, and that was just the first time. I did it again. I probably did about 2 or 3 times, but I learned not to get big bills. I think I did it 2 other times, and I think I got like a $20 bill. And back in the 60s and 70s, stuff was not expensive like it is now. And no, I got a $50 bill one time, and I went to Sears. It was Sears Roebuck in New York, and I bought me a swimming set with the flippers and the snorkel and all this stuff. And we go to the city park and we swim and all that stuff. And my uncle said, "Where you get all that stuff from?" I just found it. I just found it. And one good thing about it in New York back then, we walked every place we went. The only time you took a bus if you went over 5 miles, but other than that, you walk every place you go, and then you take the bus. I took the bus because I went to Sears Roebuck, which was about 20 miles from the house. Came back and everything, hid the stuff in the basement. Me and the other guys was in the basement. There's a big bar on the corner of the road, and we go there, we can get pizza, get snacks and stuff. And I said, y'all want something? Yeah. Went up there, bought a whole bunch of snacks and stuff. We in the basement enjoying ourselves and everything. And like I said, I didn't do it over 3 times. But once my mom, she found out, my mom gave me some tattoos that I still got now for that. I was a little fella, but I still got tattoos now. So I learned some things. Fisher Jamia, how you doing? Yep, those were the days. Yes, they were the days. They were better than these days. I put it that way. For those that are in the bushes, those that just coming, we talking about scamming. And that last statement I did, that wasn't scam. I was stealing. But there's a whole bunch of people out here trying to get what you got. Some people believe it's easier to steal than to get a job or work for something. Yeah, war room. Yeah, but we got to be careful. Even when I be looking at TikTok now and then, and I see folks come on, they're talking about scam. If you don't use your head, you gonna get scammed, people. Whether it's friend, foe, or family, you gonna get scammed. Food Forest Permaculture, how you doing? I call it okay. But like I said, hey, I'm just here. If you want to come up and give example of a scam or anything, you can do it. It's in the chat. The link is in the chat. This is just something where we're trying to get people to be careful of what's going on. Everybody need a help now and then, and that's all I'm trying to do. Get you to think about it so that you don't get caught up. My hot tea getting cold on me. I call them okay. Reading. So I guess okay. A friend of mine was scammed out of $1,500. And the question is, Natasha, did they get it back? That's one of the hardest things right there, trying to get the money back. There's a lot of people that get scammed left and right. You think you're doing something good and honest, but wherever there's good, evil is always present. Plain and simple. Where there's good, evil is always present. Shawnee, how you doing? How you doing? All right, how you doing, Earthling?
Hey, Jigs, good to see you.
You too, man.
You were asking about how, like, if you've been scammed. So I just wanted to come on for a second. I always watch my grocery bill, and I write down on my notepad everything I buy. And then when I get up there, just in my locale last year, I got $380 back that I wasn't on my bill. Like at all different stores, and a couple stores was real good. I didn't catch them doing anything wrong, but several of the stores you think like, oh yeah, it's going to be okay. You don't need to check the bill. That was the worst one.
Yeah,
and it was the difference from the sale sign to the cash register at this one place. It was a farm stand, and they were in on it together. Each time I go in there, it was the same two cashiers that had an extra $20, $30, or even $40. And one time I found $50 on there, and it was for a bar of soap. $49.95 for a bar of soap.
Man.
And so the
lady, some good soap.
They give me back the $50.
Cool gamer too. Welcome in.
That's not the point. The point is check your bill no matter what you buy, especially if you're buying a lot of stuff, a lot of small items. And just today, I went to there's a barn over here called the Red Barn. I probably shouldn't say names, but the lady put me down that I bought 4 sausage rolls. I only bought one. They're $4 a sausage roll. So I said to her without going, I said, now, under Canadian consumer law, you have to give me this for free if it's $1,000 and under. And that's the law, right? If they do that, they have to give it to you free, that product. She's like, oh, no, I can't do that. I said, well, something to think about when you're putting down that I bought 4 and I only bought one, And that happened today, but it happens because I go out and I thrift shop at different farmers markets, small root cellar stores and big barns and stuff like that. And they're the worst ones. But if I go to the big box store, it's on the money. It's never a mistake at the big box store because they know that a consumer can say, hey, I want this for free now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in Canada, right?
Since you say you go into the big box store, I put it this way. They charge you taxes on that food and everything. Why should I have to ring up my own food?
I won't. I refuse to do that.
Yeah, they're going to charge you to ring up your own food.
Yeah, they had a Walmart here, and they had 2 cashiers with big, huge lineups, and then 12 or 13 where you just self-checkout. And the way I see it, folks need a job. We don't, you start using that self-checkout, there goes that cashier's job.
Right. Everybody can't be a greeter.
No, my buddy there, he leaves a mess outside wherever he eats, somewhere like those eat out places. He said, if they don't have someone hired to come and clean it up, then that person doesn't have a job. And I'm like, no, don't be a litter bug. He's like, no, just leave it all on the table. Don't go and put it in the trash because then a guy's got a job.
Yeah, and that does make sense. But
watch your bill. Whatever you're buying, watch your bill.
That's true because I'll be serious. I've got hit up for a few things that I didn't buy.
Oh yeah.
Like rice. We bought a pre-cooked rice, Uncle Ben's. Now I got 4 bags, but then I got 6 on my receipt. And the only reason I don't complain or go back, because the thing is like 30 to 45 minutes from my home.
Look at the bill before you leave the store.
And that's the thing to it is you're so tired and done been in there running around the store the whole time. You just glad to get through that line because you had 10 people in front of you. Oh, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was at a restaurant, it was a few months ago, and the bill was like $40-something, which I didn't mind because it was feeding like 3 people. It was an Asian restaurant. So we like our Chinese food or Japanese. It's something different, So anyway, the lady hands me the to queue in for the credit card,
Mm-hmm.
And it said 25% for the tip.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her, I go, no, I don't want to give you a tip. She goes, oh, you just hit this button here and it says 25%. I said, no, if I was eating in, I said, I'd give you a tip, but I'm not tipping. I come and picked it up. You didn't deliver it, and you didn't have to clean up my dishes, and you didn't have to serve me. So I'm not giving you a tip.
I know where you're coming from.
Fair is fair, man. Right? If you're going to give me some work or you're going to show me some love, fine. Hey, but it wasn't. You were directing me towards a 25% tip, which was about $12.50 or something like that, which is a lot of a tip for doing nothing. So I never went back to that restaurant again. I took the food and I said to them, I won't be back here. I find this dishonest.
Right.
They didn't like that, but I don't care.
They don't want you to notice when they're doing wrong. Because I bought my grandkids pizza, and this place that sells pizza over here, and I said I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Now I drove up to the window to pick the pizza up and everything, and then they goes, you're gonna leave your tip and this, and I asked the lady, I said, why should I leave a tip? I said, y'all didn't do anything for me. Why should I give you a tip? Well, no, it's not. If I'm not sitting there
No,
eating
I
anything,
don't
it's
know.
not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to give you a tip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
every dollar
absolutely
is
right.
taxed over and over till there's nothing left. That's true, bro. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the more you improvise, like say you want celery, well, just go without celery today because it's $2 a pound when you can find it for 99 cents a pound. Just think about it. Tomorrow is another shopping day. If
Right.
and if you're planning well, you should be growing your own celery anyway. It's pretty easy to grow in a cool weather,
That's true.
greenhouse. Sure. I buy very little and I trade a lot. Like if I need something, I'll trade. Like the mushroom farm, they liked my kiwis, so they gave me a box of mushrooms, organic mushrooms. So, and I had extra kiwi, but it's not always available. But you can organize a group to meet, say once every Sunday or Saturday at the big box stores parking lot, and you can all trade back and forth what you have extra that you've traded for or grew or these type things. But watching your bill at the store and watching your phone bill too. I just had them take money off about a month and a half ago because I went over to an island over here that I go to quite often. It's very remote. The repeater bounces off the Washington State repeater and costs me money when I used my cell phone. So when I got back home, I noticed there was on my bill. And so I phoned up the company. I said, I have an unlimited phone data and I have unlimited phone calling. So why do I have money that I spent that I went to the United States, which I didn't go? Of course, I'm only 150 meters from the border, but still, I'm still in Canada. So they said, oh no, you owe. It was a good amount of money too, and they took it off. They said, okay, their mistake. I said, yeah. I thought about anybody that's out in a sea kayak or going through the Southern Gulf Islands or the San Juan Islands. It's happening to everybody, and it's just like at that store. The lady at the root cellar. I had 2 pieces of ginger. I make a drink, a ginger, lemon, and mint, and I let it sit for 3 hours or a day. I learned it from Dr. Mendel. And so I drink that in case I start seeing I got a runny nose or cold or something. So anyway, the 2 pieces of ginger she marked down.
Lemon and honey. Lemon and honey.
Garlic, yeah, that's nice. That's good.
I mean garlic and honey.
So the lady charged me $10 for the 2 little pieces of ginger that weighed 100 grams, which is about 1/5 of a pound. And she goes, well, and it came to like over $20. So it was like I got back $17. And she's like, well, ginger costs $10 a pound. I said, well, if I had a pound, it would. But I said, I don't. And I caught her before. It was the 3rd time catching her. So I knew, right? So the kid behind me, before I went up to the till, I said to him, watch your bill before you go out. We'll have a look at it. She didn't hear me, right? He's like, oh, thanks for the tip, man. He's just a college kid. So lo and behold, he's freaking out there and he's got his bill and it's $31 over. Put it right back in, got the money. Oh, yeah.
And so they need to change. For some reason, she don't know how to count.
Oh, she knows how to count.
She don't know how to count. She need another job.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa Creek, welcome for coming in, sis.
Yeah, be careful when it comes to money. Be very careful because if you don't look after your money, someone else will.
That's it. That's it, and not in a good way.
No, there's no reason to take what from others. We don't all have very much. We're not Rockefellers here, man. We're all
it's called greed.
Yeah.
Some people are just greedy for no reason at all.
Well, there's a big empty hole in their heart and their wallet. They got to try to fill their wallet, which they can never fill enough. In their heart, they can't fill it enough because there's a hole in it.
Messing around. And that's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
You gotta be smart. I'm leaving a cairn when I pass away one day. On my cairn, it'll say Earthling Howie, and then it'll have a message for Earthlings: don't be gullible, naive, or stupid.
Hey.
I don't like to say them words to anybody, but that's my message to Earthlings, because we're so easily programmed and led. Easy. My best friend's mother got a phone call. She's in her 90s. $42,000 they got out of her.
Ooh.
It was a phone call from Asia, but they had magic jacked the number and said they were the Canadian Revenue Agency. And her being she's fairly well off. She's very well off, but that's not the point. 42 grand is the point here.
Yeah.
And the police here, they put a thing in the paper about it too. But my best friend's mother, that happened to, and that was just last year.
The educated natural welcome in, sis.
A lot of scammers out there. You gotta be real careful.
And that, like I said, that's the number one thing right there. I come to realization, if it sounds too good, it is too good to be real.
Jigs, you right on it, buddy.
It is not real. Yeah. If you see where you're gonna come out on top, and this is somebody else telling you the whole thing, they just gonna get a small cut. Wrong answer. Before you agree to give your money to somebody, you better know who you're giving it to and know what reason you're giving it to.
Take the word "give" out of it and don't use it.
How much they gonna steal from you?
I always give $2 for the children's hospital every time I shop at Walmart. I give them $2 because it's a worthwhile cause that them kids get something, you know. I know that charity is a good charity. Now, other charities I wouldn't be so generous to.
I used to
$2 a week is $104 a year.
I used to give to charities and stuff like that. Now I'm very particular on what charity I give, and I have to actually know that it's a charity, and I have to know that somebody's benefit from it.
Yeah.
Talking about scammers, there's a whole bunch of scammers that acting like military, and it's here in Georgia, but when I went to New York, it's even worse up there. Worse up there.
Lonely men gotta be careful of the honey trap. The lonely man, he's lonely, and there's troll armies on YouTube that look for that lonely guy that owns his house, that has money. And they target the guy. All of a sudden, you've got somebody subscribing to your account that's fairly pretty and always nice. You know what? If you meet someone at first and they're really nice, then there's an alternative motive. You're either nice all the freaking time or none at all.
I had a young lady hit me up on Instagram, and she was speaking nice and everything. Yeah, and I told her I was married, but that didn't seem to matter. She started asking me about this and asked me about that. Yeah. I said, no. I said, have a good day. Click, zip,
smart.
Bye.
Yeah, you're a pretty smart guy. You got alligator skin like me. You ain't gonna get by me. If you need help, I'll help you. I'm a Samaritan all the way, but you be careful. Like when someone wants you to do a good act for them, you got to be careful. Why doesn't that person look after themselves? There's so many questions. So what I got it down to, Jigs, is the 3 C's: cool, calm, and collective. And then, Jigs, I got it down to 3 L's: look, listen, and learn. And then I got it down to, after that, the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And then I'll make a decision of the concept of what I am dealing with.
Right. And the basics of life.
Yeah. You have to use it in everything you do anyway. But you forget those 3 C's, the 3 L's, the who, what, when, where, why, and how. That those are basic concept of observation for survival. And I find that anybody, like, we got new laws here in British Columbia and Canada for taking money from old people as financial abuse. Mm-hmm. And you phone the government, and they come and they do a big thorough investigation and they seize all assets. And then if there's like a little old lady or a little old fella that has a bunch of money, but he's being milked by the family and the and whatever, neighbors, friends, whatever. So what they do is they put all money, freeze it, and then put the old person on so much money that they need for living. And then if they needed to purchase something, it goes through a panel, like they need a hot water tank or something like that, because it's just too much to try to save the financial person that's being abused. It's just too much. So they put a big hold on everything and just give the person a little bit of money a month. Right. It's not the best way, but it's better than them losing everything.
Right. Psalms 146, you're absolutely correct. And the religious sector, there are also huge scams to beware of. There are sects and cults out there that have people sign over deeds to their land, cars, titles, automatic credit cards, and everything. This is absolutely correct. It doesn't, everybody gonna try to scam you. It doesn't matter what it is. There's a lot of religious that is not religious. They're there for the money. If they can get your money, that made their day.
If your spouse dies, whether you're a man or a woman, wait 5 years is what my lawyer told me. You wait 5 years before you do any financial decision, like selling property or a house or a business. Wait 5 years because you'll be rushed. There are all these sharks, and you'll be rushed to do this or rushed to that, or you'll get a phone call over your grandson's in trouble in Timbuktu, wherever, and he's not even there. They got his voice and it sounds just like him. But if you actually dialed the number to your grandson, he's home in bed sleeping.
Right.
As soon as they got your voice, they can use the AI to.
Right.
Yeah.
When my mom passed, I have a house up in New York, and I've got quite a few calls, folks trying to buy the house, this, that, and other. And my thing is no, buy, click. I understand that everything's a scam. So if I sell a house or whatever, I plan on being there in person. We're not doing nothing over the phone.
Yeah. I left YouTube a year or so ago, or maybe a couple of years now, maybe not quite. And there was some trolls that made up a channel that said that I was dead and to take donations. I was not dead, well, as you can see. And I certainly don't need donations.
No.
But they did that, and I know exactly who they are, and I see them on YouTube all the time. Yeah.
Yes, Tampa. It's sad that this is the world we live in. Just got to be careful and mindful. That is true. That is true. And I don't know about all y'all out there, but I guess you could say I nagged my wife. My wife, she said, I'm going to Savannah. I'm going. Hey, you need to be careful with this. You need to be careful with that. You got this with you. You got that with you. Make sure you got your purse wrapped around it. Don't walk with the purse on your hip and all that stuff. I just wrap it around you. And now it's different when I go with her, but when she go by herself, I give my wife a whole bunch of stipulations on being careful.
Of course, it's concern.
What's up, Papa?
Hi, David. Good to see you. You're absolutely right give the concern, to enlighten them, to be aware. But some people look at it as you're a reprimander, like some spouses. And I've seen this recently that you reprimanding me. No,
it's the level in your voice when you're saying it.
Well, yeah, I guess if you're peeking out, yeah.
Right. Well, the thing to this, there's a lot of people out there that are so slick and they're so smooth that your wife may not, even your husband may not catch on to it, anything. But there's a lot of slick ricks out there.
Well, we're having a lot of stabbings at the ATMs and stuff, and down along this one street called Pandora, and it was an open air park. It was a really big park through the city, and there were city campers. Not to say that city campers are all bad or anything, but there was some people that were in poverty and on drugs and mental health issues, and we were getting sometimes 6, 7, 8 stabbings a day.
Mm-hmm.
You get slashed, and then your money's taken, and your iPods or purse or whatever, and the person runs away. Well, how are you going to find them?
You won't.
You won't.
Well, I put it, since you brought that up, ladies, if you see some money on the ground by your car, I don't care if it's $100, leave it alone.
Yep.
Don't not pick it up. Do not touch it.
That's right.
My daughter called me one day. She had a baby with her, and they were coming to the car, and she said, "It's some money on the ground." And we were just talking, and I said, "You better leave it alone. Don't touch it." And she said her and her boyfriend was walking down the road, and they saw money just flying down the road. I said, "Do not touch it. I don't care. I don't care if your slap broke. You bet not touch it." She didn't touch it. They called somebody, and the money was dirty.
Of course.
The money was dirty.
Yep. Don't need anything that's dirty.
If you touch that money, within 10 to 15 minutes, then somebody else is going to come up to you and do whatever they want to do to you. Kidnap you, take your money, do whatever they want to do. Ladies, if you see the money, even you men, if you see the money, and David, you might want to pick up that $5. Leave it sitting there, bro. Leave it there. And some at nighttime, be careful. Wear rubber gloves. If it's dark out and you go to your car, wear some rubber gloves.
Don't go out at night. I tell my family, my daughters all know not to go out at night. Go out when it's daytime. Go out in the group. Times are tough right now, and I'm not trying to spread fear. I'm just trying to spread some love. Be careful.
These young people weren't born when we were born.
No, hi, Shawnee. I used to come home from school, and I carried a rifle because of the polar bears. Could you imagine the dean of the school or the principal handing your gun to go on the way home? It ain't going to happen.
That's right, Natasha. You thought about it last minute. I even tell my brother, if he see a dime, a nickel, or a penny on the ground, he go pick. I said, "You see some money on the ground, you better leave it alone. Don't pick it up. I don't care what it is."
Yeah. When I was younger, we used to glue coins to the sidewalk with crazy glue and stuff. And then we'd hide in the house and look out the window. People tried to pick it up. We were just kids, having a bit of fun. And then there's this one guy, he was a bit of a ruffian. He came by, he pulled out his chisel and he had all the coins.
He might have been a coin collector. He saw that penny and this is 1934. I got to have it.
It was fairly new coins, and it was a good bunch of coins, but we were just kids. We were young, late teens, we're just having fun. And but the older ruffian there, he figured that all that money was his. He took it too, and he held it in his hand up to the window. He knew we were in there playing around.
He was probably down the block watching y'all put it down.
Oh yeah, when you're young and dumb, well, you're young and dumb.
That's true. But everybody, like I said, this is scamming season. Don't get scammed, y'all. No. Don't get scammed.
Be careful your packages in your car.
Hey, the beekeeper is not paying me. They ain't giving me percentage or nothing. But you ladies and you guys that just wants to know, watch the beekeeper the first 10 to 15 minutes, and you will learn. I guarantee you will learn something. You'll see how easy it is to get scammed.
If someone looks like they're in trouble, don't get involved, but just call the police. Like if it could be a skit. It could be a skit. I'd recently watched this prank show, and it was a little kid about 10, 11 years old, and he was being grabbed by a guy and brought into the alley, and it was to see how many people would stop it.
Right.
No one did. No one stopped it each time they did it. this one young girl, she was probably 16, 17. She sees it happen. She runs at the guy and starts beating the crap out of the guy that's grabbing the kid. And then they said, look, you're on camera. It's a prank. And she was the first one. Over 30 people went by and seeing that same prank and did nothing.
Right.
So the thing that we used to teach at Martial Arts Academy was don't scream help, but scream fire when you need help. If someone's going to get attention, fire, they're not going to respond to help.
Right. I took I used to stop if I see a car broke down, and if it's a female, I would stop to give assistance. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. If you broke down, you're going to be broke down. I see the po up the road. Yo, there's a female in a
that's their job.
Pick up. Hey, they need some help.
Yeah.
I don't do like I used to. I want to help people, but if you're out there on the road, you better hope I know you. If I don't know you, I ain't stopping.
There's a road here, Jigs, from Vancouver to Prince George into the north, and it's called the Highway of Tears. And thousands of women have gone missing hitchhiking over 20 years that road. Thousands. You can punch it into Google, Highway of Tears. And they only talk about the women, but I've talked to First Nations men, and they said that the men that are missing is triple of what the women are missing.
Men can be used as slaves too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was going to write this down, but what happened to my pen?
Yeah, it's a dangerous highway, and it's called Highway of Tears, and thousands of people have gone missing on it, and every year in Canada, 35,000 people go missing. Hey, in my country here. Hi, Sammy Joe.
Sammy Joe, how you doing? Welcome in.
So be careful
about that too. Odom's heard about it. It is a shame you have to make those kind of decisions. That's true. If I see somebody out there stranded on the road, I would love to help them, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous now.
Yeah.
And if I get my wife or grandkids in the vehicle with me, I most definitely ain't stopping.
No, if you're with some other people that are as tough as you, then you can stop.
Okay? Right.
But other than that, it's just a phone call. It's all you're going to get from me.
I don't ride too many people around in my truck other than my wife and grandkids. So
you don't look like no wimp, Jigs. I think you're going to be fine.
No, not when Pew Pew with me. No, we're not. We're not running.
Yeah. You just, there's all kinds of scams now where people jack other people and take them right to the ATM and make them give them money. Right. They got electrical tool on them. They're going to do whatever they says. And there's one thing to remember.
How you doing, bro?
It takes no talent to hurt and kill earthlings. It takes real talent to heal them up and bring them back to life.
Another thing to be on the lookout for is people asking you to break their $100 bill. They be giving you counterfeit bills and taking your real change.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
and I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Now this guy, I came out of the supermarket. And I gave this guy $10. He didn't ask me for no money or nothing, but I just stood there and I watched him. He get his, I forgot the name of the store, but you got to put a quarter in order to get the cart.
Yeah.
So what he do is he don't ask nobody for nothing. He just sit right there. If the people leave their cart out there in the parking lot, he go get the cart, he bring it back, he get a quarter.
Yeah.
And
he's working for it. He's working for it.
And the guy, I guess all that gray hair on my head was sticking up too. But when I came in, he said, "Here you go, man. Here you go." He wanted to give me the card, and because I realized I didn't have any change in my pocket. So that's the first time I went. I didn't know you had to put a quarter in to get a card. So I started to turn around and go back to the car. And he said, no, here you go, man, here you go. So I did my shopping and everything. And I watched the old boy. He was there. When folks leave the carts out there, he could get the cart, bring it back. And I sat in my car for a little bit and just watched him. And a few people that come up, he said, here go cart right here. He'll give them the cart. They put their quarter back in their pocket. I went up. I said, here you go, man. He said, you ain't got to do that. I said, no, here. He said, I know you didn't ask me for it, but it's something I feel like doing. I gave him the $10 and he was happy.
You're a good man, Mr. Jigs.
I said, the thing to this, there's a way to make money. He made money. He didn't ask nobody for it. All he did was what somebody was supposed to do, bring the carts back and stack them up. He got his money that way. Yeah. And I thought that was admirable of him. Hey, I took care of it.
That's definitely noble. You're earning money and you're not hurting folks for it.
Right.
But I got burned for $1. Here they have dollar coins. They're called loonies. I don't know if you knew that. We have a dollar coin and we have a $2 coin, and the $2 coin is called a toonie. So anyway, the guy gives me his
all these. Yes.
He gives me his cart. So I said, oh, thanks, mister. And I thought, geez, now I got a free $1 out of this, right? So I gave him the $1. I said, okay, no, here, look, I got your card. He took the $1. So I went shopping. I brought the card back. You know, one of those plastic clips for the bread? He had put that in there, and he got my $1. You got to watch everybody, man. Even
everything can be scammed. The little silver piece that an electrical box, the little silver piece, that's almost the same size as a quarter. And if you hit it a few more times, you can get it the same size as a quarter. And all you do is just rough up the edges. The machine thinks it's a quarter. So there's always a way to get around.
They used to have these gas meters here in British Columbia. It was quite a few years. It was like 40, 50 years ago now, or maybe even longer. And so this guy, he never, every time the meter man went to collect the 25 cents out of the meter, because you had to put 25 cents in and it gave you 25 cents gas. Well, every time he went there, there's nothing in there. And the guy's always, so they put an investigator on. The guy's always bringing home groceries that needed cooking. And you could smell all the cooking day after day. So they'd go and check the meter and there's nothing in it. And they're like, how the hell is he doing it? He would freeze quarters out of water, put it in there, and it would take it as a quarter. So they said, look, we'll give you $100 if you tell us how you're doing it. So he told them, and they gave him $100. He said, I grooved it out in a piece of metal and then as a quarter, and then freeze it and then just put it in. It was very simple and genius, I thought. But, you know, it's costing everybody else money because they're having to charge more for the service. But every time, I don't know why he thought that he was going to get away with it forever.
Hey, well, was not water, but what is that other solution when it thaws out? It evaporates. It's like water, but it's not water. It's like an ice, but as it dries, it evaporates. Because they should have been able to see the water in the bottom and try to figure out something.
Yeah, I read it in a book that was printed on the Wild West of British Columbia, and in there was a few other things, stories, you know, about what had happened here in the early days. So they would put in the newspaper that they would catch their fugitive. And that had, you know, he had usually robbed a bank or killed a policeman or whatever to have a big posse, right? So they put in the newspaper that he was found starving and this and that up into the Delta, and it was easy to find him. And in reality, it wasn't it. It was a couple of locals they gave a bottle of whiskey to and said, hey, if you see this guy, give us a ring, right? It wasn't because he was starving and turned himself in, but to put that idea out there so that you're programmed, you see.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, Howie, I appreciate you coming up. You want to tell the people about yourself? Tell the people about yourself and your channel.
Well, I try to help people grow food, make soil, and be kind, because it's the only thing we've got that's free.
Yeah.
That's about it. And I don't need donations. And if someone's asking for something in my name, you can tell them that you're not exactly right in the head.
Hey,
God bless you all. Take care, Jigs. Nice to see you.
appreciate it.
See you.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me up, Jigs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody, thank you for coming in. It's time for me to get up off here. I'm going to go eat some Chinese food, and I'll be able to catch y'all later on tonight. So thank you for coming in. J3GS Farm, behaving, and hey, you, think about it. Think about it. Y'all be blessed now.